All right, I want to talk to you guys just a little bit about events. Part of the reason why we decided to move away from just having a metro community and diving down into city communities with city squad leaders is specific to this because you can cultivate really, really good culture and community on the digital front. But that's limited if you don't actually have the opportunity to be in front of these people to establish friendships, consistency with friendships. And so that actually requires proximity for that to be able to happen. And so that's why we've drilled down to the city level to make sure that there's not just community happening at a digital level on metroplex wide levels, but now there's opportunity for them to get in front of people, to actually build relationships in person, to establish consistency with the opportunity to spend time with these people. And so, first and foremost, one of your responsibilities as a city leader is actually to both host and attend one event every single month. Now, when we hear event, that can sound a little bit intimidating because it does not mean you have to host a golf tournament or like a gala, because events actually, even down on the smaller level, if we're just having coffee with five or six guys on a Wednesday afternoon and giving people the opportunity to come to these things, then that itself actually creates an event and meets your responsibility for the month. Now, obviously, the goal is that you would be able to cultivate community beyond just having one event a month. We realize you guys actually have schedules, and that's where the model assist watch leave thing actually comes into play, even here as well. So you can begin to notice leaders inside of your group who are really engaging this culture and participating in this culture, who stand out to you. Those are good people to actually engage for the potential for them to even host events themselves. Because really, as a city squad leader, if the only events that are ever happening inside of your group are events that you created, and it's that one event a month, then actual ultimately community is super limited for these people. There's not a lot of opportunities for them to get in front of each other, to establish these relationships, to do things even beyond the events. And so the goal would be to decentralize events in such a way to where it doesn't just rely on your schedule and you being the one to actually create this event. To where now, when somebody in your group, and I always encourage this, if somebody's like, hey, did we ever do paintball in here? That's an opportunity for you to allow the group to listen and observe to what people are interested in this group, so that now you can just engage that person. Obviously, you're interested in paintball. So if you want, give me a date, a time, and a location, and I will actually create an event for that. I can even make you a co-host of this so you can help spread the news about this event. You can be there and give them information about the event. That doesn't mean they're required to like pay for the events or anything. But ultimately, for you to actually begin to create and cultivate in person community, we need to move it beyond just your schedule, to where now dads are hosting events inside of the things that they really love to do with each other. And there's been weeks where there's 13 events on the calendar, and I'm only able to attend one or two of them. And I love that. That's actually what we would like to replicate even inside of your city squad groups, to where groups are happening even without you, to where dads are talking about, I want to play basketball, or dads are talking about, can we play poker? Jump on those things and say, you guys can actually plan a date, time, and location, and then communicate it inside these groups so you can use it to get people there. And that will help really encourage the culture of events happening on a regular basis and get dads really interested in following the calendar and see what's happening on Thursday night or what's happening on Sunday night. One thing I would always encourage, and this is pretty important for a number of reasons. A lot of dads, they're cool to sit behind a screen and have conversations on the digital front, but when it comes to actually meeting people, they're a little bit intimidated, and sometimes a lot intimidated. We've actually had dads show up to events before incognito because they're going to sit at another table at a restaurant and observe what's happening over here before they decide they're going to come join this thing. And although that may be foreign to some, that actually is the reality for some as well. So in you creating some of these events, it's important for you to capture these events. And I would say every event that you have, make sure you take a photo of these events and that you repost the recap photo of that event inside of your group. So now the dads that are feeling a little bit intimidated, now they can say, oh, that actually looked kind of cool. I wish I could have gone. That looked like it was fun. And it alleviates some of their intimidation. But also the second piece of that, for group growth, for inviting more dads into your group, when you're taking these candid photos of these events where dads are having conversations or playing pool or hanging out playing poker, when you actually take that and then you use those photos inside the neighborhood groups to begin to even invite people into your group itself, that actually really helps you to get more people in the group, but actually also helps you to encourage more participation in the events. And then it just begins to build off of itself, and everybody's wanting to hang out with each other all the time. The other thing I would talk about with events is that you have the opportunity for partners to actually sponsor and host events themselves, to where they can actually get exposure for their businesses. And so partner sponsored events, or even somebody who's not a partner specifically, who just wants to actually sponsor an event themselves, if they have ideas for that, I welcome that all the time. It's only going to encourage fun and activities, and it's guys spending time together, but it's also an opportunity to help develop this person's local business and give them more awareness of that. And it even is an opportunity for you to increase some revenue opportunity that you can filter back into the group, or can even be potential side gig income for you guys, as this was meant to be. And so events are central to everything that we do. The digital platform is the beginning of community that needs to land at organic community happening inside of these events, and then actually beginning to allow these events to become a regular occurrence, to where people know about them, they see them, they're aware of them, they want to participate, and now they even want to host them themselves. And then your event calendar can end up getting pretty full pretty quickly. So